So, last week I said I was going to go to the military museum or perhaps the zoo, but in fact I'd completely forgotten about what I was doing on Friday. On Friday, I had already signed up for a trip to Banff. Banff is a national park in the Rocky Mountains just west of Calgary. And for only 50 Canadian dollars, we would catch a coach and go to Lake Louise and Banff City itself. So on Friday, we set off to do just that. Now, back in the UK, I live in the most flat region of the whole country. So you can understand that mountains are very impressive to me. Furthermore, the UK itself does have some tall mountains, but even the tallest mountain is only 1,300 meters tall, whilst many of these mountains are sometimes over 3,000 meters tall. Our first stop, once we arrived in Banff National Park, was Lake Louise. There, we could either sit down and get a coffee, maybe go on a kayak over the lake, or we could hike up the mountain to a viewpoint. And that's what I decided to do, being the first student to arrive at the top. So, here I am, about halfway up. I think it's Fairview Mountain. Oh, but I gotta get to a viewpoint. Well, I should have time. But I think there's like chipmunks in the trees. They look like squirrels, but I think they're chipmunks. They make these really, they sound going. See at the top. There's the potential to see many wildlife out here. Brown-eyed bears, mooses, meese. And elk, etc. Lake Louise was also the first place that I ever got to see an actual glacier in real life, although of course from like miles away. By the time I got back down to the bottom, it was already time to go to our next location, being Banff City itself. Here, after looking at this nice waterfall, I treated myself to a proper meal at a restaurant, at a nice Italian place. I then found this very interesting geology shop, which not only had some very nice and interesting rocks, but many fossils. I also went to a sweet shop to get myself some fudge, and also found this bear, and a bigger bear, and the original bear. However, after this, it was already time to go. We only spent 2 hours at Lake Louise, and then another 2 hours in Banff itself. After this, we headed back home, and that was my time at Banff. Next week, I will likely go to the military museum, as I said I would last week. But until then, I'll see you later.